friends, welcome back. Let us now move on to the third method in cost-based pricing policies. There are three basic pricing policies: cost-based pricing policy, competition-based pricing policy, and demand-based pricing policy. We were discussing cost-based pricing policy and the several methods within cost-based pricing policy. We finished cost plus pricing, we finished target pricing. Now we move on to point 3. This is marginal cost pricing, which is the third method in cost-based pricing policy. Marginal cost pricing. Now in marginal cost pricing, a firm attempts to recover variable costs associated with bringing out the product. When you bring out a product, you have fixed costs and you have variable costs. In marginal cost pricing, the firm attempts to recover only the variable costs associated with bringing out the product. It ignores fixed costs. All the variable costs are computed. Maybe the firm will attempt to price the product at a slightly higher range than the variable costs. Fixed costs are not included at all. This is marginal cost pricing. What are the advantages and disadvantages of marginal cost pricing? Let us see. Advantages. Your marginal cost pricing is a perfect technique in situations of low demand. Your product is not extremely in demand now. Your product has a limited demand. In such a situation, the firm attempts to recover only the variable cost associated with the product. Second, this pricing policy can be profitably used in cases of heightened competition. When you have extreme competition, when you have hyper competition, maybe the demand for your product will be low, or maybe you need to influence purchase of the product through pricing your product low. In any case, you need to recover the variable costs. So in such situations, you can use marginal cost pricing. Point 3. Launch of new products. When you launch a new product, there may be situations where you cannot price it extremely high. Demand would fall down. But still, you need to recover the variable costs associated with bringing out your new product. In such a situation also, you can use marginal cost pricing policy profitably. Point 4. This is the perfect technique in a short term. For a long term, it might not be sustainable. But on a short term, this pricing policy is considered to be the most perfect methods you can employ, especially considering the above 3 situations. And point 5. Point 4 will be shorter. In point 5, we find that your marginal cost pricing can be employed at any stage of your product life cycle, whether be it introductory stage, growth stage, maturity stage, or decline stage. Your marginal cost pricing can be employed. It is a universal pricing policy which can be used at any stage of your product life cycle. So these are the advantages. I will summarize it once. Your marginal cost pricing can be used in cases of low demand, in cases of heightened competition, in case of launch of new products. It is a perfect short-term pricing policy, and PLC, all stages, you can make use of it. Naturally, we move on to disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of marginal cost pricing? For one, your marginal cost pricing might fail to give you return on capital employed. Why? Your marginal cost pricing ignores fixed costs. So it fails to obtain return on capital employed because it ignores fixed costs. Point 2. In cases of falling prices, your marginal cost pricing may lead to a loss. Why so? You understand that your marginal cost pricing takes into account only variable costs. Now what happens if your variable costs keep on falling down? There will come a point when you will have to price your product only at very negligible levels because your marginal costs are going down. You do not take into account fixed costs. So end of day, you will find that when you base your price only on marginal costs, in a situation of falling prices, you will have to incur losses. Point 3. This is a short-term pricing policy period. Long-term, you just cannot afford to have marginal cost pricing. This is an extremely short-sighted pricing policy, not suitable for a long-term usage. And point 4, point 3 we say not suited for long-term. And in point 4, we need to understand your marginal cost pricing can be a difficult technique to employ. Why? It needs a perfect understanding of what your marginal costs are, what your variable costs are. It is not as easy as your cost plus pricing, where you include all costs, add out a certain profit percentage, and presto, you have your price. It's not like that. Your marginal cost pricing needs complicated algorithms to find out what your marginal cost will be, how does it affect, how much percentage of your variable cost is allotted to a particular product. So computation doesn't become easy. So it is a difficult pricing mechanism. These are the 4 disadvantages of marginal cost pricing. Let's summarize it. First, it may fail to give you return on capital employed because it ignores fixed costs. Second, in times of falling prices, employing marginal cost pricing may lead to a loss. Point 3, it is not suited for long term, mostly suited only for short term. And the last, you may find it difficult to compute marginal cost pricing because of the complexities involved. This is all about marginal cost pricing, which is the third method in cost-based pricing. Cost plus pricing was the first one. Target pricing is the second one. Marginal cost pricing is the third one. The last one will be break-even pricing, which we will attempt to understand in our next session. Thank you.